Hello, my name is Adam and welcome back to my channel where I make a tabletop role-playing game from scratch on camera. And in this episode we will discuss more Portal stuff. Before we start today's episode, I just want to remind you of the 96 likes. Before I started this project with Explorers RPG, I've been using this book to just note down different stuff that is role-playing related. And I think this will be fun and interesting for world builders, role players, and well, anyone. So 96 likes and I will make a video where I go through the 96 pages that I have here. And while you're down there, please press the subscribe button, but let's go on to the video. So in our little castle building adventure, we're gonna make the lower dungeons today. I talked briefly about it in episode 14, or more literally, wrote it down and never mentioned it again. And I have two ideas in my head for the lower dungeons. A mini-boss encounter so hard that you can't fight it. And a magic item that can let you control smaller portals. You see, the idea is that the lower dungeons is in the Twilight dimension, or the Barzakh, as I've started to call it. Barzakh is Persian and is something similar to Limbo, which is kind of the vibe I'm aiming for. For those new to the channel, the Barzakh is a dimension which is parallel to the castle. It's a dead landscape with no animals, no trees, plants, even bacteria. There's no wind, weather, seasons, just an endless gray nothingness, like my soul. So I imagine that you have a dungeon where each holding cell is in the Barzakh. It's an extremely secure system. What better way could there be than to lock a prisoner in another dimension? A room with only walls, a barred window into the nothingness of Limbo, and the only way out is a portal that can only be activated in a different dimension. There's no way to escape. With that said, the guards would need a key to open and close the portal for each cell. So let me introduce you to the Arch Key. The Arch Key is a small handheld gem that is the same gem as those inside the dial that I mentioned way back in episode 7. It's basically a magical gem that radiates portal energy, and when you place it in the center of specific arches, it creates a portal to the Barzakh under the arch. The Arch and Arch Key actually create a fun room puzzle, or at least 3 rooms in 1 room maybe. Let's say you have an arch in the middle here. The arch joins the 2 rooms, right? You can walk from here to here. And let's say that in the Barzakh, there's two rooms next to each other, like this, and that these are in the exact same position as in the overworld. As I said, these are parallel dimensions, okay? Okay, now let's say that there's a gem holder and some runes on each side of this arch. If you place the arch key on this side, the portal opens and leads you into this room in the Barsach, which is here. If you place it on the other side, it leads you to this room. So why do I say that there's 3 rooms in one? Well, with the arch key, you can start here in room A and you can reach room B, X, and Y just by walking around. Making a very basic puzzle would be to move an object from room X to room Y. You must first go from room A to B, use the key, go to X, grab the object, go back to B, remove the key, go to A, use the key again, and end in room Y. Now note, these puzzles don't work as well in tabletop RPGs as in video games, because in tabletop RPGs, the players and GM can just skip time and say, we move the object from X to Y, without actually doing it. But I plan to use this in other ways that are more interesting in a tabletop RPG setting. When I'm now introducing the arch key, the players don't know what it is. It's a fancy gem and they need to understand that the fancy gem is linked to the arches and that it's a useful key in the future exploration. It suffers from the 3-clue rule. I'll talk about the 3-clue rule in a dedicated video, but it basically means that in order to explain to the players how it works, we need at least 3 clues that each tell them how it works. Clue number 1. The arches themselves. The players can do a sense research roll or similar to study the arches and find that these arches are magical and there's something missing right here. And if they already have the key, the GM can tell them the gem is of similar shape. Or when they see the gem, the GM can tell them that the shape looks familiar. Clue number 2. The description of the arch key. A large green gem with a slight pulsing glow. It is framed by a gold frame with etched runes on it and connected to a large key ring with 3 skeleton keys and a label saying prison cell. That way the players might conclude that these keys open the prison cells. Lastly, clue number 3. The wandering trader can literally tell them either that he has heard a rumor about that there's a key that makes you able to enter the Barsach through arches, or if they already have found the key, he'll say, "Ah, I see you found the arch key. That has some interesting uses." I'm not quite sure how to convey to the players how to use it yet. I'll have to figure out a more secure way, and I'll bet I'll be able to do that in the next episode, when we will be designing the lower dungeons and make our first mini-boss, the Executioner. Anyways, comment down below a clue that could teach the players how to use the arch key, like the video and subscribe for more, and don't forget to share this with your GM, they'll probably like it.